These are some of the specialist skills from across the British Army that play a vital role when the UK Armed Forces take an unfamiliar, hostile marine environment and turn it into an operational camp for more than 800 troops. Once Royal Marine Commandos storm and secure a beachhead, establishing a base is crucial. Exercise Austere Wolf is bringing all three services together to do just that.
We're out here to make a statement. The UK is a partner of choice. We're still one of the only nations that still have a unilateral amphibious capability. So basically, we can project ourselves, we can arrive over a beach and project force. The Army and Navy speak relatively different languages, so we have to work alongside each other to be able to translate those languages and understand those connectors, make everything happen smoothly and easily.
Army divers ensure the path is safe below the port before kit and troops can be transported. How unique is this capability the Army has in the diving team?
It's massively unique. Just being out on this exercise, we've been called on at short notice to do live tasks. For instance, it could be something simple like dropping a tool off the side of a Mexi raft or one of the vessels, but that tool may be vital in completing engineering on the engines. So to go down, although it only takes a couple of minutes to do it, it's a vital piece of equipment to ensure that the exercise runs smoothly.
Now comes the ship-to-shore element, or the RoRo, the roll-on, roll-off asset, which is essentially a ferry. And then you've got the Mexi float, which can pull up alongside and transport kit, equipment and personnel to dry land. This is where the Navy come in. They have several ships involved in the exercise.
Basically, we're in charge of monitoring all the ship's craft, the LCUs, the LCVPs. We also monitor aviation coming on and off the ship. And our job is basically to run what we call an assault in terms of an embarkation or disembarkation of Royal Marines onto the craft and the aviation. It's quite different to what we're used to doing. Normally we'd have a task group with our own organic assets embarked, and then a lot of that would just be running to our own schedule, whereas now there's a lot of coordination between us and 17th Port and Maritime, and we don't have the same integration that we would normally on an amphibious exercise.
In the UK, we have fantastic port structures, infrastructures, facilities. Of course, what we're exercising here is how you would do that in somewhere that perhaps doesn't have those infrastructures, and that's where 17 Port and Maritime and LRG North, the Littoral Response Group North, can actually work really closely together. We're working really closely with the RAF, whether it's Typhoons operating overhead or whether it's the Royal Logistics Corps ashore. Building that understanding of how each other works. There are subtle differences, but actually we overcome them really quickly, and so I think what we can deliver is really effective. Our presence here is important. It's really important, given the strategic backdrop, that we're here, that we're operating, whether it's demonstrating our ability to support worldwide or whether it's demonstrating our ability to operate on the sea around the world.
Now a safe system is in place to take vehicles, personnel and kit from ship to shore. A camp needs to be built.
I think the most difficult part, especially for this exercise, is that there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of people. So we began building and people were moving in as we were building, and then you have to operate around other people. So you've got plant moving around, you've got people moving in, moving out, different elements coming in. So it's the safety of that, and also how you kind of keep progress going when more tasks are coming in and people are pinging out to do a task elsewhere on the exercise. It just means that we get used to working with each other, not just on our own as engineers, but with the logistics, with the REME, with the signals, and then outside of the Army as well. So the Marines and the Air Force, it's all working together and learning what it's like to work, not just with your own cat badge and your own people.
But none of this camp will function without fuel. Army divers lay the fuel pipeline on the seabed, the Navy ships connect to it and discharge the fuel, and then it's down to technicians to decide if it's usable.
We are important because we need fuel to move forward our vehicles forward. We also need fuel for the chefs, so they could continue with their day-to-day jobs as chefs, and also the medics as well. We give them fuel for the generators to set up their field hospitals and all that good stuff. So if my team wasn't here on this exercise to support this exercise, there will be basically chaos.
What you can see behind me is a camp built for over 850 personnel. Now the port has been deemed safe, these troops are ready to take on whatever threat might be coming their way next. So what lessons have been learned from Exercise Austere Wolf?
Biggest lessons for us is what you put on the ship and how you get it across onto shore base quick, because often that's how you need it. You need it on the shore as quickly as possible so you can set up and establish your base on camp.
We know who we need to speak to, we know how to speak to them, we know what radios we need. If we're communicating with a ship far out at sea, a landing craft really close to us, or an aircraft above us, be that rotary or fixed wing.
Although Exercise Austere Wolf has been planned for a while, it seems more poignant now than ever to prove the UK Armed Forces has this large-scale land, air and maritime capability in the Eastern Mediterranean. Sophie Kakoyanis, Forces News, RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.